It's your girl, Goddess Raven. Hey, how y'all doing? It's Goddess Raven on Trending News and, mystical tarot readings on celebrities, as well as, readings on regular situations, too. So let's get all up into this. I don't want to waste no time. Let's go through the timeline of all the things that Diddy's been accused of, and then the last thing we'll talk about is the last thing that Little Rod is saying about Diddy. Oh, child, it's a lot. So let's break it down. So in 1990, Diddy starts his music industry career as an intern at Uptown Records, working under executive Andre Harrell. Now, between 1990 and 1991, according to a November 2023 lawsuit, Combs and R&B singer Aaron Hall allegedly had intimate situation, assault an unnamed victim and a friend after a music industry event, then beat her several days later when confronted. Now, in 1991, according to a November 2023 lawsuit, Diddy allegedly drugs, again, an intimate assault act, and videotapes 19-year-old Joy Dickerson after going on a date with him. 1993, after being fired from his duties at Uptown Records, he was fired from Uptown Records, okay, in 1993. I want that to sit in because there's this thing going around by a woman who's in the industry that sang with Jay-Z. Y'all know who I'm talking about, JW, who likes to make this claim that almost like Diddy was the last one to stay with Uptown Records, and he was the last one, and he's the last one alive, because, Heavy D is gone, Andre's gone, this one's gone, that one's gone, but he got fired in 1993. And fast forward, years later is when Heavy D passed away. Matter of fact, where is my gosh damn phone? Because I want to find out when did Heavy pass. I know we off topic like a mug, but it is what it is. Because the narrative that she's painting is like, he took over Uptown Records and he was the last one alive. And why do you think that is? And, he plotted this all out. Andre Harrell passed in 2020. 2020. May 7th, 2020. And let's see. Let's look at Heavy D. November 8th, 2011. This is very, very long time ago. Diddy had moved on from 1993. But it sounds good, don't it? When she puts it together, she makes a really, very compelling theory. But these people had passed on years later. It's not like he took them out. He took them out like that same year and took over Uptown Records. He got fired and moved on. It is what it is. I think even Heavy D's family came out and was saying whatever false narrative that's going around about their brother or son, or father is not true. He went to the store, he was walking home, the doorman saw him, he's walking in and he, collapsed from going to the store. Not from going, he didn't collapse from going to the store, but he was on the way, going upstairs to wherever he lived, and he collapsed. And it was something from him going on an airplane and some issues and stuff. Nothing where this man was taken out by Diddy. That never has been a rumor. But okay, let's keep going on in this timeline, okay? Because, this is crazy. Now, after being fired from his duties at Uptown Records, Combs starts his own label, Bad Boy Records. The label grows in popularity and notoriety. Over the course of the decade, breaking careers of Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear, the Notorious B.I.G., Mace, The Lox, Faith Evans, and more. Now, just a few years into him, really building this Bad Boy Records, 1996 rolls around and Combs is found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a photographer from the New York Post with a gun. Now, 1998, Combs starts throwing his annual Hamptons all-white parties that come to be known as so lavish and exclusive, he earns the rep of being a modern-day Gatsby. Guests range from music industry execs and artists to actors to real estate moguls and even sport team owners. Now, April 16th of 1999, Combs is arrested and charged with not one but 2 felonies, second-degree assault and criminal mischief in the beating of record executive Steve Stout, who says Combs and 2 bodyguards beat him with their fists, a telephone, a champagne bottle, and a chair. Gosh damn! When Combs publicly apologized, Stout asked for the charges to be dismissed. Combs reportedly paid Stout $500,000. The assault charge is dropped. Combs pleads guilty to lesser charge of harassment, and he is sentenced to only 1 day of anger management classes. December 27, 1999, Combs, along with then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez and rapper Shine, are arrested in relation to a shooting at Club New York. Combs is charged for weapons violation, but is ultimately acquitted. Now we know, fast forward, that indeed he allegedly was the one that pulled the trigger. Shine took the blame. Now, March of 2000, the first season of Making It a Band airs on ABC, then later MTV. The reality TV competition centers Combs as he searches for new talent to put together in a band. Running for 12 seasons total, the show later became a cultural staple for MTV, and through it, Combs created bands like Day 26 and Danity Kane, all signed to Bad Boy Records. Now, March 26 of 2001, just 1 year later, in a lawsuit, local TV host Roger Mills sues Diddy, accusing him of assault, false imprisonment, destruction of property, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and a civil conspiracy in an exchange where Combs' entourage roughed him up and destroyed his camera. As we have yet to be served with this complaint, we are unable to comment on specific allegations, a Combs spokesperson said in a statement. However, any claim that Mr. Combs participated in any wrongdoing is totally false. Now, this is in 2001. He's being accused of imprisonment, destruction of property, all kinds of stuff, right? It seems like a history of violence that just kept getting covered up and paid off. It looks like homeboy got anger issues, but okay. So, however, any claim, okay. Furthermore, facilitating the press with this baseless complaint is a blatant attempt to exploit Mr. Combs' celebrity for media attention. A jury finds in favor of Combs in 2004. So it went on for that long. Now, this is in 2003, before the judgment and the jury found in favor of Combs, Mm-hmm. According to a December 2023 lawsuit, Combs, his former Bad Boy Records president, Harvey, and a third unidentified man alleged gang assault an unnamed 17-year-old victim at a Manhattan recording studio. July 6th of 2004. Jesus, this man don't stop, yo. Combs arrives at his annual Hamptons all-white party in possession of the Declaration of Independence, marking a new level of fortune. A braggadocious for a mogul. The possession of the Declaration of Independence. How did he get his hands on that? Okay, now 2005. Combs and singer Cassie Ventura meet for the first time, and Combs expressed interest in wanting to sign her to his label. Ventura is 19 years old, while Combs in 2005 was 37 years old. Now, Ventura signed in 2006 a 10-album deal with Bad Boy Records. Jesus, 10 albums? Her debut single, Me and You, is released, and her self-titled album drops the same year. According to a November 2023 lawsuit, Combs' vicious cycle of abuse begins that year. Ventura alleges years of physical, psychological, and emotional abuse. She claims Combs forced her to purchase and take illegal drugs like cocaine, ketamine, and ecstasy. Same thing Little Rod is talking about. That he filmed her as he watched her participate in some cuckold events with, male workers in multiple cities for his own voyeuristic pleasure in a practice he called freak-offs, and that he would put hands on her on many occasions in retaliation for talking to other men, often with witnesses present. October 24, 2007, Combs becomes a marketing ambassador and stakeholder in Ciroc Vodka by beverage maker Diego. Sales of the vodka skyrocket, and Combs becomes synonymous with the brand. Synonymous. In a lawsuit, Gerard alleged that Combs punched him, pushed his girlfriend, and tried to spit on another woman outside Teddy's nightclub at a Hollywood Roosevelt hotel. Now, in a statement, Combs' attorney said, "It's just another example of an opportunist seeking to fabricate a lawsuit based on flat-out lies to try to take advantage of Mr. Combs' celebrity status. The case, cha-ching ching, was settled." The case is settled out of court in March of 2008. The terms are undisclosed. He paid it off. It sounds like this was something he paid off. What you think? Yeah, exactly. It looked like he paid that off. I think he did. I think he paid it off. I definitely believe that man paid that off. Ooh, no. I don't want to put no heads on here. Look at this. Yeah, I'll leave you right here, okay? So let's see. What else? Because she's May 11, 2007, in a complaint to the police, Combs making the band co-star Lorianne Gibson alleged that he threatened her with a chair while New Edition Michael Bivins held her in place. Combs' attorney claims Gibson overreacted to theatrics performed for the camera. This is just another example. Here's the lawyer again talking. This is just another example of a false accusation by someone trying to take advantage of Sean's success and celebrity status. Fast forward, now we're in 2010. In the November 2023 suit, Ventura claims all aspects of her life were completely under the control by either Mr. Combs or his management companies. She claims he paid for her apartment and all living expenses, and that he had access to her medical records as well. For instance, when Miss Ventura began experiencing memory loss, potentially due to excessive drug use and or head injuries caused by Mr. Combs putting hands on her, as described below, her MRI results were provided directly to Mr. Combs. Mr. Combs also repeatedly arranged for his staff to drive Miss Ventura to certain doctor's appointments. In this way, Mr. Combs exerted ownership and complete control over Miss Ventura. Damn, you put hands on her to the point she is suffering memory loss? This is in 2010. Now, in November of 2023 suit, Ventura alleges that Combs said he was going to blow up the car of rapper Kid Cudi, whom Ventura was dating at the time, and that he wanted to assure that Kid Cudi was home with his friends when it happened. Around that time, Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. Kid Cudi, in a statement to the New York Times, corroborates the story. In 2013, of October 21st, Combs launches his cable network, Revolt TV. The network later expands into radio, digital, and film space. Combs, in January 8th of 2014, announced a new joint venture with the liquor company, DeLeon Tequila and Diego. Okay, and again becomes synonymous with the liquor brand. 2015, Combs celebrates the 20th anniversary of Bad Boy Records with a box set and a tour featuring the label's legacy signees. 2018, September, after multiple attempts to sever ties with Combs, Cassie says she met with him to have dinner and believed it was to talk of concluding her Bad Boy contract and have a discussion about concluding their relationship as well. But after the dinner, Cassie alleges he forced himself into her apartment and he forced intimacy with her. From her November 2000 suit, soon thereafter, Miss Ventura took steps to completely separate herself from her longtime abuser, including by leaving the home that he paid for and returning the car he purchased for her as well. She walked away with nothing. June 26, 2022, Combs receives a Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2022 BET Awards and performs a medley of his hit with special guest stars during the award ceremony. Forbes reports that Combs is a certified billionaire thanks to his deals with the liquor companies, Revolt TV, and music and business ventures that he has going on. Now, by 2022 to 2023, it's just going left. In a February 2024 lawsuit, producer Rodney Little Rod Jones, a former producer of Combs, who worked with him on his latest release, the Love album, Off the Grid, alleges that the music mogul groped him repeatedly and during the duration of making the album. Combs forced Jones to solicit hired workers, take illegal, narcotics, and more. The suit names other close to Combs, including Justin Dior Combs, and high-ranking members of Motown Records and Universal Music Group as co-defendants as well. Combs receives a key to the city from New York Mayor Eric Adams. I know he wanted to snatch that key. Ventura accuses Diddy of this is November 16th, 2023, and this is when it pops off. Cassie accuses Diddy of years of, misconduct, harassment, trafficking, and more. Ventura's allegations lasted for the entirety of their working and personal relationship. Ventura files the suit in New York Superior Court under the state's Adult Survivors Act, a New York law permitting victims of sexual abuse a 1-year window to file civil action regardless of the statute of limitations of the crimes themselves. Tiffany Red, a songwriter and one of Cassie's collaborators, later publicly corroborates her claims. Combs, via his attorney, the same one that's been with them all these years, Mr. Combs vehemently denies the offensive and outrageous allegations. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subject to Miss Ventura's persistent demand for $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was rejected as blatant blackmail. Despite withdrawing her initial threat, Miss Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a big payday. One day after the public filing of her suit, grand opening, grand closing, it was settled outside of court. In a statement, Cassie says, "I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control," while Combs said, "I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love, gotta go." Bing! One day before the window for filing suits under the Adult Survivors Act is set to close, 2 more separate lawsuits alleging misconduct in the 90s are filed against Combs in New York Superior Court, one by Joy Dickerson and another one by an unnamed plaintiff, which will probably end up being named. This is all going down in November. November 28th, Combs temporarily steps down as chairman of Revolt TV amidst all these lawsuits. December 6, 2023, another unnamed 4th person comes forward accusing Combs of other acts and gang, assault in 2003. December 6th, after only speaking through his attorney up until that point, Combs denies the allegations. To December 10th, in response to accusations, 18 brands severed ties with Combs' Black-owned e-commerce venture, Empower Global. December 11th, a public petition starts by feminist and survivor advocacy group Ultraviolet circulates calling for the Record Academy to take back the Grammy nomination for a progressive R&B album because of all these allegations. December 11th, the Academy says, "We are taking this matter very seriously and we are in the process of evaluating it with the time and care that it deserves." In response, December 13th, the accusations and streaming network Hulu scrapped the reality show project featuring Combs that was previously in development and centered around the mogul and his family. January 12th, 2024, a representative for Combs tells The Hollywood Reporter the mogul won't be in attendance at the Grammy. He was subsequently absent from the ceremony and all public events. January 16, 2014, Diego and Combs resolved their legal lawsuit around marketing of the products and officially end their working relationship after all those years. February, a 5th assault lawsuit is filed against Combs by Rodney Little Rod Jones Combs. Jeez Louise. And now Little Rodney Jones, music producer, is now saying Diddy and his son accusing him of a massive cover-up of them being involved in the 2022, pow, 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 according to a amended complaint. The new allegations add to Jones' original lawsuit in which he accuses Diddy of sexual assault and harassment. Now, in this new filing that just recently been put in, Lil Rod claims that Diddy or his son Justin fired a trigger at Justin's friend, identified in the complaint as a 30-year-old named G. Now, in the abdomen, Justin's friend G was shot in the abdomen and near his leg or hip area in a bathroom at a recording studio in Los Angeles in September of 2022. He claims that G has since disappeared. Dun, dun, dun. He has disappeared. The complaint, which includes pictures, show a already bloody bathroom, says the shooting followed an argument involving Diddy, Justin, and G during a writers and producers camp at the studio. The three moved to a nearby bathroom just 2 feet away from Little Rod when multiple pow, pow, pow were fired, at which point the producer feared being shot through the door, according to the complaint. It then added that Diddy and Justin left the bathroom while G remained on the floor, and multiple people then crowded around the door. In an effort to help G, Little Rod applied pressure to his wounds, propped him up on the toilet, and urged the surrounding bystanders to call the ambulance. Little Rod then carried G to the ambulance in front of the studio as Diddy and his son had disappeared to another part of the studio. What? The complaint claims that G was physically incapable of walking and that Little Rod had to carry him to the ambulance. Mr. Combs gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with it. Once again, this is what, child. He also forced Mr. Jones to lie to police by telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. The Rod recollection of the shooting clashes with the official Los Angeles Police Department account and claims from Diddy's attorney, Sean, at that time, that the shooting did not happen at the studio. Now, at the time, Los Angeles reported that the victim was shot outside the studio, citing the LAPD. The report, which was featured in the amended complaint, did not include names. When the LAPD arrived on the scene, it was immediately determined conclusively that the shooting took place some distance from the studio. Neither Sean nor Justin were in the vicinity or even aware of what had occurred until afterwards, so I don't think either of them were interviewed by the police. Further, the complaint included a screenshot of an Instagram message from the studio to an unnamed recipient that claimed the shooting occurred half a block away from the studio. As of the date of this filing, neither the Los Angeles Police Department nor the Los Angeles Fire Department have released any official reports surrounding this shooting. There has been no camera footage, and no 911 record of the... What? Hold the flip up. So nobody went inside that. They didn't go in the building and search it? They didn't search the studio. They just took everybody's word that it was outside the studio that it happened. Wouldn't there be some blood drops? A stomach wound leaves blood, boo-boo. Okay, okay. There has been no body camera footage. Okay. Back then, I don't know if they were... Okay, and no 911 call recording? What? What's even more disturbing is that there has been no sightings of G. What? Little Rod initial complaint filed on February 26th in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. He accuses Diddy of constant, unsolicited, and unauthorized groping, trying to get him to engage in acts and stuff with people that he didn't want to be involved with, as well as lace and alcohol given to Little Rod and his guests, which included underage women. In addition, the complaint says that Diddy runs a racketeering enterprise, has not paid him for his production work on his latest album, the Love album. And Rod also claims in the suit that Diddy said he was responsible for the unaliving of a rapper named Shine in 1999. What? Filing a lawsuit should never be the first option in a dispute. We can have an honest discussion and resolve the issues as I suggested, or we can follow the same plan Sean used that got her clients, Danny Madison and Tory Lanez, convicted. Makes one wonder who really managing this situation for Mr. Combs. What? This is Little Rod's attorney saying filing a lawsuit should never be the first option in a dispute. In other words, homeboy, you should have settled. Little Rod is the first man to file a, assault and harassment lawsuit against Diddy, who has branded himself as a brother of love or brother love. But despite previous allegations of violence and faulty business practices and faulty business practices and running a racketeering thing from numerous men who had been employed, Bad Boy Entertainment founder was accused of abuse in 4 other lawsuits in November, starting with, okay. And now you got the lady from the Club New York done came forward. So, y'all, tell me what y'all think about all of this. This is the 31 minutes. I damn near half an hour just talking about all the ish that Diddy is being accused of. It's a damn shame. Y'all comment below and y'all tell me what y'all think about all this hot ass mess. Diddy's done. Either he gonna settle all of this stuff out of court, but Diddy done. Child, Diddy done. Y'all comment below, subscribe, comment, hit the like button. This is just too much. Like, he has had a run from the 90s all the way to the 2000s of just putting hands and paws in people. Child, it could be me.
What happened if I took a chance?